Hi everyone, MJ here. Welcome Jen. Welcome George. How's everyone doing? MJ here. I got my Taiwan style sun hat on because it is hot. George is not kidding. It is hot out here. Now, I am at the Yimin Baozhong Miao. That's a very important Hakka center of worship here in Taiwan. But I'm at what they call the Guangguang Huayan, which is the flower garden. And we're going to take a walk. It's been a long time since I've been here. I did shoot this on Periscope probably 5 years ago. It's a really nice day. There isn't much chance of rain at the moment. And yeah, I know my exposure is all over the place. But anyway, let's go on the back camera. I'll show you that I'm in a little area where I'm off the big lake here. And this is just a spot that you can sit underneath this cover. And it's really nice. This is basically a combination of Hakka and Chinese cultural architecture. And that's what the little place looks like that I was in. Now my wide angle lens does not work with prism, so we're kind of stuck with this, but that's okay. Now the Yimin temple over there is a place that I have live streamed several times, beginning in 2016 when John Ho was here. Today they're doing construction. They're redoing the whole entrance. There's a a big concrete slab out there that they're working on. And so we can go this way to the suspension bridge or this way on this beautiful trellis. So I'm going to go up this way because normally I go the suspension bridge first. So we're just going to take a leisurely stroll through here. I want to say hi to everyone on Twitter Live, Twitch, and YouTube, where we are simultaneously broadcasting and we are capturing comments from all platforms. All right, so I'm going to be quiet so you can just enjoy this. Some uprooted tree stuff here. It's fallen over and still supports a lot of life. It used to be filled with water down there. It's dried up now. You can imagine it is a lot cooler under here than it would be if this trellis wasn't here. Sorry, I gotta do something. Okay. Grabbing my sweat cloth. Always keep my hand in the lanyard so I don't drop the gimbal. Now, if I wanted to, I could go down those stone steps. Yeah, I know, I wish it was. But the key point being if I wanted to. And I don't want to. All right, I'm going to do something just for a second. I'm just going to do this just here because my gimbal's making some strange gyrations. It acts like it's not in balance, but it is. Okay. How does the video look? Is it nice and smooth? It should be, because I'm using the gimbal. Now this is a little area, I'll just show you. This used to be full of water on either side of this little bridge, but it's not anymore. It's just got some palm tree husks. There are so many interconnecting paths and steps. See, there's just a little place you can just hang out, and then up there is another path, and there's yet another one over here and down there. Well, let's just go this way. So Jan and George, how are you guys doing today? George is in Taiwan and Jan is in California. I gotta watch where I'm going. I'm watching the screen and sometimes I trip. That would be bad. Now that place has still got water in it, and there's turtles and fish. Lots of turtles. This is a nice little sanctuary. And this is another one of those places that you can just sit and hang out. And there are some people hanging out today. And like most places in Taiwan, there's a water spigot. So, you know, you can rinse off your sweat rag, and you know, you could moisten your brow. I got some with me. I have some delicious apple cider vinegar water with me today. Now this could never fly in many countries because there's no rail here. You just have to be careful. And it's kind of a dangerous drop off because there's a bunch of big rocks and then you hit the water, and that one is sharp. A couple of them are sharp. Yeah, well, I got the hat already. Now that's the suspension bridge, and we'll come back there later. This over here is just another section that you can basically just hang out in. Now, I don't want to go that way. I want to come back that way. Just wanted to show you this part of the garden up to the suspension bridge that way. So let's go here. And it's a little tight, but you see that you can sneak through here. I have to go sideways. And we're going to go up through here. George, do you know where this place is? This is in Shimpu. This is the Qingbu Yimin Miao. I think you know it. Now I had come from up there, and I showed you that. So let's go this way. I have a mask on, and it's probably about 35 out here today, so okay, cool. It's a big place. So I'll try not to pass out. But I gotta tell you, it's well, it's hot. Really hot. Alright. There's some deities over here and just a little place to hang out. All these cool places. I went here one time and the family was doing a barbecue up here, you know. And there's even a little tower if you want to climb it. Now this way over here meets up with that way over here, but we're gonna go through here and see how bad this is. That's not too bad. Okay. Getting my exercise today, I'll tell you. I've been on my fast, right? I've lost 8 kilograms. I think I'm probably going to lose another 10 just today. Now this is a top, and all this is just a lot. So let's go back down. I'll tell you, I'm not going to be out here all day. I can barely see because of the sweat in my eyes. Hang on. I'm going to use my do-rag. I'm not usually this winded, but I have to wear a mask. And it's excruciatingly hot. I did not zip off my zip-off shorts. Some of this stuff in this garden goes back to roughly the same age as the temple, which is the late 17th century. Is that right? Let's see. No, late 18th century. Sorry. This wall here, there's some story in connection with the Japanese colonization of Taiwan and this sort of a tunnel here, but I can't remember what it was. Okay, so there you go. Hello. The reason I'm doing that is because there might be some stray dogs in here. If I walk in here, I don't want any surprises. Now, these are all people's names. This must have been, well, these would all be people who donated to the temple. And there's a bag in here. Sometimes, you know, Taiwan doesn't have many homeless people, but occasionally there's one or two. And they might hang out here. It's a lot cooler in here. Okay. that just goes kind of back down to where we were. Now some of the place is in need of repair. And they have that section to the right kind of blocked off. But I don't think they're trying to tell people not to walk over this wall. I think they're just, I think it has to do with walking through there, and I don't know why. Anyway, things like this swing, it's all rusted out. Now, somebody put some modern chairs and stuff up here for hanging out. Oh, it's a nice breeze here. So you can see this is probably used by a lot of the retired community. They come over here and play stuff. But, we're under level 3 restrictions right now, so they can't have any outdoor gatherings more than 9. And it's just too much of a hassle because you have to have social distancing and all that. So, let me back off, make sure you see this. I love these little things. It's piled stone gates, but they are cemented, so it's unlikely that it will fall. But it's very, like, this is face height for me, so I gotta bend down and negotiate the stairs at the same time. Okay. That is an auxiliary pathway from where I was a few minutes ago. And this goes over to the Rainbow Bridge. And the Rainbow Bridge is closed and I'm not going over it. But this is interesting how they have these little things like this. This is reminiscent of when this park used to be very heavily used by the community. This is some kind of a spinning. No, it's not a spinning swing. It's a, what am I trying to say? It's like an umbrella. And that's, of course, it's all falling apart now. Now you can see how, like, this rotten log has fallen and it's deteriorating here. That's okay. Even though we're in the city, it's kind of like being on a nature walk. And again, there's another entrance to that same little place. Okay, so, let me walk over here, because I could go down there, but it's going to take me down over there. I want to go this way. This is locked. Okay. Take care down, going down here. This used to be open, and it's it's almost like a carnival ride. It's almost a straight walk up, across the top, and then down the other side. So, there's a gentleman sleeping over there. I want to try not to disturb him. So let me see. I'm just going to see if I can walk down there without tripping. Again, no rail. That seems okay. Piece of one of the tiles missing. So I think I better just step on the wall. Yeah, okay. Some of these are rocking. Here's another stone gate, and it's at face height. So I'm gonna bend down. Oh, okay. Now this park is fenced in. You can only get in a couple of ways. And so it's actually good because this is sort of a road and somebody would probably drive their motor scooter up here, And so here's the other side of that Rainbow Bridge. And you can see just how steep this thing is. It is just, wow, it's crazy. And that's where we were over there on the other side. Okay. And this is the monument to the bridge, actually. Yeah. We can go down there, but I honestly have no idea where it goes. I think there's a path along the side there. I've never been there. What I want to do is I want to go down here. This is good. Getting my exercise today. Sweating really bad. Good. All right. So, I'm going to take a quick break here for a second. Let me take this lantern off. I'm going to pop my Taiwan style hat off. The hat actually comes, it hangs on this. There's a little gear track. And there's actually a sun faceplate across the front. But I don't need it because I'm wearing a mask, which I'm going to. I'm all by myself. I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm only going to do this so I can wipe my face. And if I was eating, I'd be allowed to take off my mask. Let me show you. The inside of my mask has a plastic frame. It's removable, of course, perfectly, cleanable, and I can use it on the next mask. But what it does is it keeps the squishy mask from being sucked in and out by my breathing, which is really important because people won't wear it if it's not comfortable. Now this is my famous water bottle. You see me use this a million times. I love it because there's a carabiner on it, and I just hook it onto my strap of my man bag. But I have the most delicious, well, it's filtered spring water, but I have the most delicious apple cider vinegar water, which to me is just beautiful. Oh, I love that flavor. And even though you might think that it's odd to want to have apple cider vinegar on a hot day, it's actually very invigorating. It really is. And I don't drink it cold. I just leave it at regular temperature. All right, so we're just going to take a few moments and see if anyone has any questions. So what we can do is kind of a slow pan around. And we came down those stairs originally. And over here is where we came from. And that is just a lovely little scene. Fantastic. So with the DJI Osmo 2 to reset the gimbal back to 0, I just pulled the trigger twice. 1, 2, and there it is. Here we are. So, Dave, how you doing? I know you're busy. I know you're at school. Thank you so much for coming in, Dave. We're at the Yimin Temple has a flower garden next to it, and I really haven't shown this very much. Once or twice, just a little bit. I never spent any time over here because the focus was always on the temple. Remember when John Ho was here in 2016? He and I went to the Yimin Temple. I've done the Yimin Temple with John Zabo and half a dozen people, even some bloggers who came here in 2014, and we didn't have mobile phone live streaming. We just had, photography. So, but this over here is really nice, and there's a suspension bridge that I'm going to walk across in just a minute. I was just taking a quick break here with some wonderful apple cider vinegar water. I have my Taiwan style sun hat today. Make sure that I get the I've got to get the lanyard out here. Here you go. So this covers the head and the neck, so no sunburn. Yeah, it has been a while. Circumstances just being what they are, and being busy in the studio too. So let me go ahead and get my lanyard on. I put the on the gimbal, so obviously if I drop it, I don't want to lose it. So let's go to the nice, beautiful suspension bridge. I was here one time last year, and it was closed. It has since been fully refurbished. It's nice. I'm just talking a little loud because I'm used to talking loud to the camera, but it's really quite a tranquil place. So this is it. Everything's been de-rusted and repainted, and the Crosby clips are all in good shape. So here we go. And the bridge isn't connected at the end. It's completely floating. So, yeah, she's starting to bounce already. Wow, there's some wildlife. There's a nice little turtle. There's lots of turtles in here. There's another one. And another one. These are painted turtles. You guys remember those when we were kids? Well, this is what they look like when they grow up. I'm trying to see if I can see it in the... There you go. Yeah, it's hard to see. It's kind of in my shadow too. There's a bunch. See, they're coming over here because they think I have food, which I don't. So they're really, there you go. Really coming out of the woodwork. But this is what it looks like from the bridge. This thing does a fair amount of shaking for just one person on it. You get 10 or 15 people walking and it starts bouncing up and down. And you see it bouncing? Yeah. Galvanized steel plates here. And these aren't exactly the best stairs. They're just boulders, and they're kind of slick from thousands of people walking on it. But here we are again, and this is roughly where I took the thumbnail for the stream. And then this is another scenic overview. Now I will say this. You can, that is C-A-N, you can go in those caves, and I have, but they're inhabited by feral dogs, and it always causes a big problem. They're usually not an issue, you know, they just, but it's their territory, so they growl at you and bark, and even if they're not going to do anything, it's just annoying. You can't enjoy yourself. You can't just sit down and have them go away. So I'm not going to bother. And from this little bridge here, which is stone but has these little galvanized angles on it to help you walk, but they're a pain in the neck because they're too close together for me. From the top of this bridge, you can see, oh, there's some more turtles. They see me and they hear me. And so there's a place to sit. There's somebody sleeping over there. There's a gentleman just enjoying himself over here. It's nice and tranquil. Lots of koi, giant carp, turtles. This actually is some kind of a fish that they put a cage around to prevent it from being vandalized. And it's grown over with vines. And that is where I started today's broadcast from. So you can see down there, gosh, if I could get anything, it would be a polarizing lens. See all the fish down there? Lots of tilapia. Tilapia is a native species here. And so is snakehead. Those aren't invasive species where we live. And the fish, of course, think, the fish, of course, think that I'm going to, I think I may have given somebody a timeout by mistake. Ha! The fish think I'm going to feed them. Let's go down this pain in the neck little bridge. I got to hold my feet kind of sideways because the step distance is so small that it's like my foot, you know, is bigger, you know, so well, somebody like me would end up getting hurt on those devices that were designed to prevent people from getting hurt. Okay, and that just goes around to the path on the other side. So here we are. This is actually very nice and cool right in here. So I see a place that I can sit. And over here, they're doing construction by the temple gate. And they're laying down, looks like they just finished a new concrete slab. They were putting some dust down. I'm not sure what for. Now I hear some banging. They might be using a ram set. Let's just go over here. This is the famous temple. I'm not going to show this today. I've shown it many times. This will be a subject for another day again. Oh, before I forget, I've talked about this before. This temple was built in the late 1700s, and the governor hired some Japanese workers to do the construction and told them to build some lamps out here, and this is what they built. These are Japanese style lanterns. Look at these. These are just amazing. See if I can get a better shot against the sky. Let me see if I can get the exposure to lock on that. Maybe on this. There it is. Fantastic. And even though we got those cones, let's just do this. I'm going to back up Sorry, I'm backing up. These stairs. Okay, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. There's the main gate with the 2 lanterns. And there it is. Thank you so much for joining us today at the Yimin Temple, the Baozhong Temple at the Flower Garden. Thank you so much. And please subscribe if you're new. Give us a thumbs up. It helps. And remember to visit livestreaming.technology, where I will be posting more pictures. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. 再见。谢谢。